Hello everyone, Awesome Raichu here today. I hope you all are having yourselves a good day because I'm about to make it better. Today is going to be a fun video as I have the honor to improve my favorite ground type Pokemon of all time, as well as my 5th favorite Pokemon, the subterranean Pokemon, the drill who can pierce the heavens, the one, the only, Excadrill! Really, what is there much to say about Excadrill other than it's factually the best ground type Pokemon to exist, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they are most certainly 100% lying to you. I can guarantee. And while we all can agree that Excadrill is factually the greatest ground type Pokemon of all time, it, like most Pokemon, can use some improvements. Now yes, I am aware that Excadrill, unlike most of the Pokemon in the series so far, is actually really good in competitive play. However, in recent years, the drill has lost its place in OU and currently is in UU, but that's what I exist for, to remedy this problem. So without further ado, let's just drill into this. To begin, let's dig up Excadrill's stats and see why Excadrill has such odd stats. And I don't mean odd as in bad, I mean odd as in surprising. The main issue from looking at the stats is most certainly the defenses and the speed. While I somewhat can give the defenses a pass, I can only give them somewhat of a pass as the speed is rather slower than what I always thought it was. Base 88 isn't bad, especially one with Sand Rush, but without Sand Up, those mediocre defenses come back to bite Drill harshly. This is augmented by its mammoth HP stat of 110, as well as its excellent attack stat of 110. So for the stat changes, I'm going to remove 25 points from the useless special attack and add 15 more points, resulting in a base stat total of 523. The new stat spread consists of an HP stat of 116, an attack stat of 141, a defense stat of 70, a pitiful special attack stat of 25, a special defense stat of 75, and a new and much improved speed stat of 96, meaning Excadrill can now outspeed some Pokemon it couldn't do before, as well as making Excadrill even more ludicrously good in sand. Next up is the abilities section. And if I'm being completely honest, I really don't see a need to give Excadrill a brand new ability, as Sand Rush, Sand Force, and Mold Breaker are all tremendous abilities, and Excadrill uses them all to great effects. But if I was forced to boot one of those abilities in favor of a new one, I guess I would have to boot Sand Force. No, don't get me wrong, Sand Force is a good ability, as having Rock, Steel, and Ground moves boosted in Sand is great. But when Excadrill has Sand Rush and Mold Breaker, it's rather niche to use Sand Force, which is why if I had to boot it in favor of a new ability, that new ability would be Sheer Force. There aren't many physical Sheer Force Pokemon, and I believe Excadrill would be a great user of the ability, as having a Life Orb alongside Swords Dance and moves like Rock Slide and Iron Head is just insane. So yeah, Sheer Force would be a great alternative ability for Excadrill. However, if this weren't to happen, I wouldn't be too upset, as again, Sand Force is rather good. And finally, we arrive at the move pool category, where I get to have fun, especially with a Pokemon like Excadrill, who doesn't have moves I'm surprised it already doesn't have access to, such as Knockoff. Item removal has become a key part of competitive play, and it's astonishing that Excadrill doesn't have this move. Another move I'm surprised Excadrill doesn't have access to before was Stone Edge. Drill learned so many Rock-type moves, and one of them isn't Stone Edge for some reason. Well, not anymore, as these two moves are going to be added to Excadrill's move pool. But those aren't the only new Dark and Rock-type moves Excadrill will get, as Head Smash and Night Slash are good moves Excadrill can use to great effects. Head Smash is a grossly powerful Rock-type move that makes up for the recoil with its damage output, and Night Slash is a high critical hit ratio Dark-type move. But while we're on the topic of slashes, let's add some slashing and chopping moves. Moves like Cross Poison, Dual Chop, and Cross Chop are good chopping moves that Drill can use for power and multi-hitting. Another multi-hitting move that would be nice is Icicle Spear. Not only is a multi-hitting move nice to have, but ice coverage is always spammable. But if Icicle Spear is too weak, then use the new Ice Spinner to deal some heavy damage. Another move that is incredibly spammable is Close Combat, the premier fighting type move. Next, I'd like to give a few horn moves, such as Mega Horn. Having a stronger bug move than X-Scissor is always nice, as bug coverage is quite decent. But Zen Headbutt and Hyper Drill are also decent, if not better. Zen Headbutt is solid coverage against fighting types, and Hyper Drill is only here because it has Drill in the name. And I really can see Excadrill taking better advantage of the move than its current owner, the Dunsparce. And finally, to close this section off is with a very special move. A move that single-handedly catapulted Scissor into top tier stardom. Bullet Punch. Having a priority move is always wonderful, but having a priority move that is stab and coming off a base 141 attack stat alongside Swords Dance is even better. And there we have it, folks, my ways to improve Excadrill. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and tell me what you think of these improvements down in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not hit the subscribe button and like the video. And after this video, why not head to the community tab, as I have a little surprise waiting there for you. Until then, I'll see you next time. Later.